Good morning, everybody. It's Kim. I told you I would check in with you once a week and tell you how I've been doing on my new eating plan. And I have to say I'm very happy with how I did this week. Now, let me tell you up front, I have been on some form of a diet for at least 45 years. I've been overweight. I think as 4 years old, I saw a picture of me and I was kind of chunky, and I don't remember ever being in a normal weight since then. So anyway, I just want to say that I am doing a low carb diet. I'm keeping my carbs about 50 or less grams per day. Most days I do a little bit less, but there's days when I want, like this morning, I had a small apple. And it was small. It was just, a little tiny one. I like apples with cinnamon sprinkled on top, and I chose to have one today. So for the rest of the day, I won't eat a lot of, high carb foods. I won't eat an apple and say a slice of pizza in the same day. Or an apple and potatoes in the same day. So I did a lot of research before I started the actual keto diet, where you eat 20 grams or less. Last year, it's just under a year now that I did that. And I do really well in the beginning, okay? Keto works in different ways on your body. For me, anyway, I did a lot of research, and I found out I was both insulin resistant and I had what's called metabolic syndrome. Metabolic syndrome, no matter how hard you try, it kind of keeps you in that fat mode where it's hard to lose, and you struggle to lose like 2 pounds a month, and I give up and I get discouraged and things like that. Well, when I started the keto diet last year, it changed my entire system. My body was burning fat and calories at a fairly quick rate. My A1C, which was high, my doctor wanted to start me on metformin, and I told her, I said, give me 1 year to try, give me 6 months, I told her. Let me check it again in 6 months and see how it is. And if it's still high, we'll talk about it at that point. Well, that's when I went heavy duty into the keto, and I dropped 55 pounds in 6 months, less than 6 months. And my A1C was in the normal range. Now, I haven't had it checked since I went off track, so that's coming up in August. We'll see how I do. But in the meantime, I'm doing this for me. I'm doing it because I felt uncomfortable, and I'm not doing the keto. I'm not doing 20 grams or less a day. I like to have my fruit. Like I said, I had a small apple this morning with some cinnamon on it. And I like to have the occasional slice of pizza. Some in the keto community call those cheat days. I'm just working it into my eating plan. As long as I stay on those days where I choose to have, say, pizza, I'm trying to stay under 80 grams of carbs a day, I feel that I'm doing okay. But that's no more than once a week. So anyway, I was at my daughter's house. I was there. I went down there Saturday. I was there Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Came home after dinner yesterday. So I was there for almost 4 days. And luckily, I guess not for her, but luckily for me, she is gluten intolerant. And so she eats a lot of fruits and vegetables and, a little bit healthier things. And we did very well. And I was, when you first get on this, you're doing really well. And you have a lot of motivation and things like that. So I'm really happy with how I did this week. Anyway, let me tell you one of the ways I got back on track. At one time I was watching a lady called Dawn over at Centisible Living with Money Mom. And last year I told her about how for the first time my rheumatoid arthritis was in check. It was the first time it was normal. I had normal inflammatory rate in almost 10 years is when I was low carb. I was not having pain continuously every day when I was low carb. And my body was changing in a way that I felt really good. And I want to get back to having that feeling again. The comfort foods and the junk and the garbage I was eating all winter, that it gives me a short term, hey, I feel good, but it's not the same as the way I was feeling when I felt healthy. So I want to get back to that healthy feeling. And Dawn, a year ago, started her journey. About a year ago. It's probably a little bit less. Anyway, I was signed in under a different screen name at that time because I didn't know how to do YouTubes and I didn't have my own sign in. Anyway, I had told her how I was feeling, and she started to do a low-carb diet. And if you look at her videos from a year ago and you look at her now, she did an amazing transformation. She has stuck with it, something I did not do. So props to you, Dawn. And, she's got a great channel. So I'm happy to say that I don't feel like I need to not watch certain people because I'm angry with myself or I don't want to face my demons. I'm just going to continue to do what I need to do and hopefully this time change for the better, if not for the longer. Instead of 8 months, maybe I'll go 18 months and have a little fall. But, I need to get back on track. And Dawn has a lot, she has a great channel. Anyway, go Sensible, like Cent, Centsible, Living with Money Mom. She's got a lot of different types of videos with budgeting and money saving tips and stocking up and things that I enjoy doing also. So that's why I originally watched her. But I did actually tape myself weighing in this morning. Now remember, I started out at 214 point, I think it was either 0.3 or 0.4, I can't remember. And I will show you a clip of how I did right now. Okay, everybody, here we go. We're going to see how I did this week. Let's see if I can do this. $207.2 down from 214.3 or something like that. I'm really happy with that, and I'll explain to you how I did it in just a minute. Okay, well, you see I did pretty decent. I'm, like I said, do not get discouraged if you do not get the same results the first week. Usually the first week to up to 3 weeks, I can drop a lot pretty quick. It's just the way I've always been. I don't know why. Maybe, I don't know. I can drop quite a bit in the first couple of weeks, but then it starts slowing down to a couple pounds a week if I'm lucky. Anyway, let me tell you what I make mini goals for myself, and I met my first mini goal. I don't look at, oh my gosh, I need to lose 20 pounds. My first goal was to get under 210 pounds. So as you can see, I met that goal. My next goal is I jump it a little bit. My next goal is to be under 200. But you know what? My next mini goal is hopefully under 205. And then I'll get back into the 190s again where I was pretty happy. And this time, I don't want to lose just the 19 pounds. My ultimate goal is to be around 175-ish. So, I'll break those up into mini goals itself. My first one is to get back where I was. That's my major goal, is get back down to the mid 190s. I was about 194, 195. And I maintained that for a while. I know I can maintain that. And then I'm going to look at 10 pounds below that, try to maintain it for a while. And then I'll drop the last 10 pounds and see how I feel. And if I can keep that off for 8 or 10 months or a year, my absolute long-term, the lowest I want to go is 165. I maintained that for most of my early adult life and teen years, and I was very happy at that size. It was like a size 12, 13. If I get too low, the skin's going to get really baggy and it gets uncomfortable. At one time, quite a few years ago, I think I made it down to like 140, and the skin was really saggy, and I had a lot of rashes and things like that, which, TMI. I don't want to get down to the point where, I get uncomfortable with my skin, and I get things like that. So if I can make it down to 165 sometime in my life and maintain it, I'll be happy. If I don't, I get to 175 or 180, I will be just as happy. The highest weight I ever got, and that's when I started this before, was 249.8. So, 250 was like that, oh, I can't do this. I don't want to be here. And so I'm looking at getting less than that. It's never getting back there again. I said I never want to be in the 200s again, and here I am. So if I get down in the 170s, 180s, maybe I'll stop myself. Maybe I'll never get there again. But I'm going to keep working on it, and you know what? If you have any questions or want to join me in the journey, I'm really happy to have you along, and we can do this together. And thank you so much for all your encouragement last time and all the kind words. I appreciate it, and I'll get some more videos up about something else soon this week, and you guys have a great day.